The topic for the present video is new drug discovery and pharmaceutical development. You might have heard about the development of new molecular entities, new chemical entities, and formulating those new drugs into the particular formulation. I welcome all the viewers and professionals to the video for new drug discovery and the pharmaceutical development. In this video, we are going to learn how the new drugs are developed, then what is the process and how the new drug development affects the human population, the economics, and also the effect onto the public health. New drug development lead to the discovery of new medicines, new formulations, and to meet the unmet medical needs treatment. This video will cover the below topics: introduction to new drug discovery and development, target identification and target validation, identification and lead generation. Then it will cover preclinical testing, then clinical testing, which involves different phases like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 and phase 4. Then it will involve the regulatory review and approval of the new drug and the formulation, and then post-marketing surveillance, which includes the clinical trial phase 4. Then what are the challenges and future directions for the new drug discovery and development, and what will be the conclusion. Let's start with the video. So in introduction, we will see the goal of the new drug discovery and development. The main aim or objective of the new drug discovery and development of the formulations is to improve the patient health and quality of life. Many diseases are there which require immediate attention for new drug developments like cancer, AIDS, diabetes, hypertension, and many more. The process is very time consuming, cost consuming for the development of new drugs. And this begins with identifying the unmet medical needs. That is the problem statement. Then this field integrates the fields like biology, biochemistry, chemistry, pharmacology, and many others. And the drug discovery involves transforming the compounds into the market-ready drugs. Not all the chemicals are drugs, so the drugs are required to be safe and effective. These are required to be target specific. That means these are required to be specific in nature and should not have much more side effects. The new drug discovery process is lengthy, expensive, and time consuming. It takes many decades to develop a new drug. Nowadays, advances in the technologies and artificial intelligence is being used for accelerating the new drug development process. Also, new drug development process is required to be ethical and patient friendly. The new drug development and discovery should be such that it protects the patient safety, it leads to the manufacturing or discovery of the new drugs which are safe and effective. Target identification and validation. So what is target? Target means the receptors or the biological targets like proteins, genes, receptors through which the drug may be proposed to act or through which the disease get affected. So identifying the biological targets linked to the diseases. Target validation ensures modifying the target affects the disease. For example, the receptors you might have heard regarding alpha receptor, beta receptors. Different receptors are there. So the drugs will act through these receptors, and then these receptors will link to the diseases, and that's why we can modify the diseases, or we can treat and control the disease conditions through these receptors. Sometimes agonist drugs are there, sometimes antagonist drugs are there, sometimes the blockers are there or activators are there for the receptors. And by antagonism or agonism, the diseases can be modified. So this is the target. Then coming to the genomic and proteomic studies for aiding the target discovery. Collaboration with academia enriches target identification. So research is a very fast field, and medicinal chemistry, pharmacology, biochemistry, these are all the fields which are related to the common goal. All these fields are required to be collaborated for the new drug development. Diseases models and biomarkers assist in validating the targets. So these targets are required to be validated, and then it comes to regulatory guidance to ensure ethical target selection. Understanding the target biology is crucial for success. You should know what is the target, you should validate the target, and it should be ethical, it should be having the regulatory criteria. Identification and lead generation. So hit compounds or lead compounds are generated which can show the activity against the target in initial screening, whether it will be an antagonist or agonist. Computational tools like molecular docking may help to identify these hits. These leads and hits undergo further testing for confirmation of the activity, and then lead compounds are selected based on the potency and selectivity. Some leads may be potent, some may be non-potent. So medicinal chemistry optimizes the lead structures. How you can modify the receptor function or the target function through the chemical compounds. And these chemical compounds are called as the drug molecules. Early safety assessment identify potential toxicities as well. Then SAR is the main fundamental for the activity of lead optimization. Structure activity relationships, that is SAR, will guide for lead optimization, and collaboration between chemist and biologist refine the lead compounds. Once the lead compounds are generated or the chemical compounds are synthesized, then these chemical compounds can be validated through the study on receptors by the biologist. So now coming to the importance of biochemistry, pharmacologist, and the other related fields. Preclinical testing. Once it is proved that the target is validated, the lead structure is finalized, and it is showing the activity, then the preclinical testing comes. And in this preclinical testing, assessment of the safety and efficacy before human trials is done. So in this, animal testing is performed, animal models are prepared and to predict the human responses. In vitro studies, test the compounds on the cell cultures. Toxicology studies identify the potential side effects. Then pharmacokinetic studies are there. Then pharmacodynamic studies are there. So this journey will start for the new drug development. Pharmacokinetic studies can evaluate the ADME pattern of the drug, that is absorption, distribution, metabolism, and excretion pattern. And pharmacodynamics studies assess the biological effects. Then it comes to the preclinical data generation to support the investigational new drug application, that is IND application. Ethical considerations are required to ensure human treatment for the animal subjects. See, this is the preclinical phase, and based on this, the IND applications are done. Then clinical trial phase 1 will start. It is also called as first in human trials. I have made separate videos on all these points, so you can go through the playlist and watch those videos. So in clinical trial phase 1, the focus is on the safety evaluation, doses evaluation, and evaluation of the pharmacokinetics kinetics in the humans. And in phase 1 study, the healthy volunteers or patients may be selected, which are generally 20 to 100 in numbers. This is done to identify side effects and tolerability. Single and multiple ascending dose studies are conducted, and participants are closely monitored for the adverse events and the pharmacokinetics. Dose is selected which will be effective and which will be not toxic. So this is also the aim of phase 1 trials. These trials are conducted in specialized clinical units, and the patients or subjects are closely monitored. Results of this clinical trial phase 1 determine the progression to phase 2 trials. Regulatory agencies oversee the trial conduct and the safety. If data supports the effect of the newly synthesized drug, then after completion of the clinical trial phase 1, clinical trial phase 2 can be done. So in phase 2 trials, the safety and efficacy is tested in more number of subjects with the target conditions. So in this, mainly the patients are involved, which may be 100 to 500 in number. These are divided into phase 1A and phase 1B. So phase 1A is dose finding study and phase 2B is efficacy focused study. Randomized and controlled designs are there in clinical trial phase 2 to improve the reliability. Adverse events are closely monitored and reported. So these phase 2 trials refine dosing regimens based on patient response. Success rate remained low with many compounds failing to progress. So many times phase 2 trial are there to screen the compounds whether they can go to phase 3 or not. Many of the compounds fail in phase 2. Data supports phase 3 trial design and plan. If you have satisfactory data and if that data supports the clinical effects and safety and efficacy, then the study goes to phase 3. So these data are required to be in line to the regulatory requirements. Now come to the phase 3. So phase 3 trials are for confirmation of the safety and efficacy in larger patient populations. Thousands of patients are taken in the study across multiple sites to involve. Double-blind randomized placebo-controlled designs are standardized, and in phase 3 trials, the safety and efficacy is confirmed. Trials assess long-term safety and efficacy. Many patients are included from diverse population to ensure generalizability of the results. Regulatory endpoints must be met for the approval. So phase 3 trials are those trials which provides the data to support the new drug product filing or new drug filing with the regulatory authority. Then data supports new drug application submissions, collaboration with the CROs to ensure scalability. Patient-reported outcomes provide insights into quality of life. Phase 3 trials are the costliest and most time-consuming. So once you complete the phase 3 trials and once you have the satisfactory data, the regulatory filing can be done. Regulatory review and approval will start, which will involve regulatory agencies review the applications. Agencies evaluate safety, efficacy, and manufacturing quality. Data from all trial phases is submitted for the review. So it is not like that only phase 3 trial data is to be given to the regulatory body, but all the trial data is filed. Pre-approval inspection assess manufacturing facilities. Labeling and prescribing informations are finalized, and post-marketing commitments may be required after this study. After completion of the phase 3 and regulatory approval, the product goes into the market, and then post-marketing surveillance will start. This post-marketing surveillance is called as phase 4, and these phase 4 studies monitor long-term safety and efficacy in the population. So real world data will be generated after marketing to assess drug performance in the diverse population. Pharmacovigilance system track adverse events. Post-marketing studies may explore new indications as well. So this is the most important data to have complete understanding about the drug effect in the larger population. Then labeling updates may be required to have the changes based on the new information. Public and healthcare provider education ensures the safe use. Sometimes the drugs may be used for the new indications. Post-approval commitments ensure continued regulatory compliance. So in this phase, the data is generated, adverse events are reported, safety data is generated, and if any new labeling changes are required, then those are done. So this is the journey how the drug is developed. It starts from the problem statement or of unmet medical need, then understanding the disease condition, understanding the targets, generating the lead compounds, checking their structure activity relationship, then going to the preclinical studies. These are the animal studies. Then the drug goes through phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 trials. That is the clinical studies. Then the formulation is made. All the data related to the new drug and new drug product is submitted to the regulatory body, and after approval the commercialization starts. Then phase 4 studies are started, and after that the product is available for the human use. So this is the way how the new drugs are developed. Now coming to the challenges of new drug development and the future. So challenges are high costs and lengthy timelines, regulatory hurdles. Advances in the AI and machine learning can accelerate drug discovery. Nowadays, artificial intelligence is being used to enhance the drug discovery. Personalized medicines tailors treatment to individual patients. Global collaborations can enhance efficiency and innovation. This is the future aspect. Ethical considerations should guide trials in unreserved population. So these are the challenges and future aspects. I hope this video will give you good idea about new drug discovery and pharmaceutical development. The video got lengthy, but I tried to make it and keep it short. Thank you for watching the video, and I request to share these videos to your friends and colleagues. Thank you.